In a stunning twist that has gripped the nation, new developments in the ongoing legal firestorm surrounding Sean Diddy Combs have left both the courtroom and the public in disbelief. What began as a case riddled with rumor and speculation has now taken a dark, chilling turn. One that's backed by newly surfaced surveillance footage, disturbing forensic evidence, and the haunting final words of a woman who may have known too much. On day 10 of the proceedings, jurors, attorneys, and spectators witnessed what legal experts are calling one of the most unnerving pieces of evidence introduced in recent celebrity trial history. At exactly 2:11 a.m. on November 13, 2018, 3 days before Kim Porter was found dead in her Los Angeles home, an infrared hallway camera recorded Sean Combs entering the frame. He was barefoot, hooded, calm. Every step was measured, every movement deliberate. He pauses in front of Kim Porter's bedroom door, presses his hand gently on the knob, and disappears inside. What happens next remains unknown, because exactly 12 seconds later, the footage abruptly cuts to static. The courtroom fell silent. Jurors leaned forward. Reporters stopped typing. The moment felt surreal, like fiction colliding with reality. When the feed resumes, the hallway is empty. Combs is gone. The door remains slightly ajar. Prosecutors wasted no time contextualizing the footage. They brought in a digital forensics expert who testified that the camera interruption wasn't a glitch. It was a manual override. According to logs extracted from the cloud, the recording feed was accessed remotely at 2:14 a.m. from an untraceable IP address using administrative credentials. Only 3 people had that level of access: Kim Porter, her private security chief, and Sean Combs. The implication was clear. Someone went to great lengths to ensure that those 12 seconds vanished. But the most disturbing detail? Kim Porter had written in her personal journal just weeks before her death, "If I go missing, or if I die suddenly, please know it wasn't an accident." That journal, presented as evidence, paints a chilling portrait of a woman living in fear. She describes being watched, followed, having her calls dropped, her emails intercepted. She believed her house was bugged, her phone cloned. In one entry dated October 27th, she writes, "He thinks he controls the story, but I've kept copies. I'm not crazy, I'm scared." Prosecutors revealed that Kim had quietly begun compiling a file, a dossier, really, containing names, dates, and details she claimed implicated powerful figures in everything from financial fraud to sexual coercion. According to her attorney, she was preparing to release a memoir and had contacted a major journalist from a national outlet just 2 weeks before her death. The case, prosecutors argue, was never just about Kim Porter's passing. It's about what she knew and what someone was willing to do to stop her from telling it. But the evidence doesn't stop there. A medical reevaluation of Kim's autopsy uncovered startling inconsistencies. While her official cause of death was ruled as lobar pneumonia, a second toxicology screen, previously suppressed, revealed high levels of sedatives in her bloodstream, not typical over-the-counter medication, but compounds more often used in clinical settings to induce unconsciousness. The forensic pathologist on the stand said, "It is extremely rare to see this specific combination of agents in a natural death. In fact, I've only seen this in cases involving deliberate administration." Adding fuel to the fire, a second forensic expert testified that requests to retest blood samples were denied by an anonymous hospital administrator, who, it turns out, was previously employed by one of Combs' affiliated business ventures. When pressed about it, the defense offered no rebuttal. Then came the messages, dozens of them, pulled from Porter's phone, cloud backups, and her encrypted messaging app. In one text, sent just 36 hours before her death, she wrote to her lawyer, "He was here again. I don't know how he's getting past the gate. The cameras missed it. I'm documenting everything." In another, more cryptic message to a journalist, she said, "What I have could shatter careers, maybe even put someone behind bars." And perhaps the most haunting of all, a voicemail timestamped November 12th, just after midnight, in a whisper, barely audible. "He's back. I locked my door. I'm scared. That message was played aloud in court. Several jurors appeared visibly shaken.